something strange happens right before everything changes. At first, it doesn't look like success. It looks like chaos. Plans fall apart. People drift away. Opportunities vanish. You feel like you're losing instead of winning. But that's the trap. Because just before a storm breaks, the air goes still. Just before dawn, the night feels darkest. And just before your breakthrough arrives, life begins dismantling everything that cannot survive in your next chapter. Most people panic and quit. But those who understand the pattern recognize it as the signal, the sign that they're not failing. They're closer to victory than ever before. Before a breakthrough, life has a way of dismantling everything that doesn't belong to your next chapter. And at first, it feels like failure. Projects stall, relationships grow distant. Doors that once opened easily slam shut. You look around and wonder if you've made a mistake. But here's the truth, this isn't punishment. It's preparation. Think of it like a house renovation. You can't build new walls without tearing down the old ones. You can't move into the next level of your life while still carrying everything from the last. So the universe clears the deck for you. It strips away the distractions, removes the wrong people, and dissolves the illusions you were clinging to. Most people fight this phase. They grip harder to what's leaving. They panic when things fall apart, interpreting the dismantling as a sign they're off course. But the reality is the opposite. When life begins removing what no longer fits, it's evidence that you're stepping into alignment. It means the foundation is being reset. This is why so many quit right here. They mistake the falling apart for failure. But in truth, it's the proof that victory is near. The collapse isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's life making space for the breakthrough that's already on its way. After everything starts falling apart, something strange begins to happen. The world doesn't quiet down, it actually gets louder. Your emotions feel sharper, your thoughts feel heavier. It's as if life has turned the volume knob all the way up. During this phase, nothing feels casual. Every conversation seems to carry hidden meaning. Every choice feels weighty. Even the smallest experiences seem to echo louder than before. You'll notice yourself picking up on things you used to overlook. Patterns, synchronicities, subtle signs that seem to follow you wherever you go. This is not coincidence. This is amplification. Your intuition grows stronger here. You might start waking up with sudden clarity, solutions to problems you weren't even actively working on. You might dream vividly, only to wake up realizing those dreams were trying to tell you something. You may cross paths with strangers who deliver a sentence that lingers in your mind for days, as if the universe was speaking through them. This isn't your imagination. It's life tuning your awareness to a higher frequency, because what's coming requires you to see differently, to think differently, to respond differently. If the falling apart phase was about removing the noise, the amplification phase is about fine-tuning the signal. But here's where most people slip. They think they're losing control. They think they're too sensitive or reading too much into things. They label themselves dramatic or unstable. But the truth is, this heightened state of awareness is exactly what prepares you for breakthrough. The amplification phase is the universe training your focus. It's sharpening your vision so you don't miss the doors that are about to open. If you felt the intensity rising in your life, it's not a breakdown. It's the signal that you're closer than you realize. Then comes the moment most people don't even realize they're in, the preview phase. This is when life begins to give you small glimpses of the future you've been moving toward. Tiny flashes of what's about to become real. It won't look like the full breakthrough yet. Instead, it shows up as little victories, surprising wins, and sudden recognitions. Maybe you've been struggling for months, and out of nowhere, an opportunity opens that seems almost too perfect. Maybe someone finally acknowledges your work in a way you've been waiting years to hear. Or maybe you suddenly feel a deep sense of clarity, a vision of how everything could fit together. These are not accidents, they're previews. Think of them as life's way of giving you a trailer for the movie you're about to star in. Just enough to get your attention, just enough to build your belief. Because the truth is, most people aren't ready to receive their breakthrough all at once. They have to first build the capacity to believe it's even possible. And that's what the preview phase does. It stretches your imagination. It shows you proof in small, digestible doses. It whispers, look, this is real, this is coming, keep going. But here's the trap. Many people mistake the preview for the full thing. They celebrate too soon, or they get discouraged when the big breakthrough doesn't happen right away. What they don't realize is that the preview is not the destination. It's the preparation. It's the dress rehearsal before the main event. If you've been noticing small wins that feel oddly significant, or little breakthroughs that seem bigger than they should, pay attention. These are signs. Life is building your capacity. Life is teaching you how to handle the weight of what's next. And if you've reached this stage, you're closer than ever to the moment you've been waiting for. And then, right before the breakthrough, comes the phase that separates those who rise from those who stay stuck, the final test. It never looks the way you expect. It doesn't arrive with a warning label or clear instructions. It sneaks in disguised as difficulty, as resistance, as one last obstacle that feels almost designed to break you. And in a way, it is, not to punish you, but to prove you're ready. This is the moment life asks, have you really learned the lessons? Are you truly prepared for what you've been asking for? The final test often mirrors your deepest doubts. If patience has been your weakness, the test will tempt you to rush. If fear has held you back, the test will force you to choose courage. If authenticity is what you've struggled with, the test will give you a situation where pretending would be easier. It always shows up tailored to the exact growth you've needed. Most people misinterpret this phase. They think the test is a sign to give up, when in reality it's the last confirmation they're on the edge of victory. It's like the final boss in a game. The hardest challenge comes right before you win. The truth is, the test isn't about the situation itself. It's about who you've become, because the person you were before wouldn't know how to carry the breakthrough that's waiting. The test ensures you've stepped fully into the version of yourself who can. And when you pass, when you stand in faith instead of fear, in patience instead of panic, in truth instead of compromise, that's when the doors swing open. That's when the breakthrough can finally land. And here's the part nobody tells you. When you've passed the final test, the breakthrough doesn't always arrive with fireworks. It doesn't always look like a dramatic moment you can post about or capture in a photo. Sometimes, it slips in quietly, a phone call, an email, a chance encounter, a decision that feels small in the moment but changes the entire trajectory of your life. That's why most people miss it. They expect the victory to come dressed in gold, but it often arrives disguised as ordinary. And if you're not paying attention, you'll walk right past the door you've been waiting your whole life to open. But here's the real question. When your moment shows up, when the universe places the opportunity in front of you, will you recognize it? Or will you hesitate, second guess, and let it slip away? Because make no mistake, your test is coming. Your preview has already begun. The signs are everywhere, if you dare to see them, and what happens next will depend entirely on what you do when the door finally appears.